I added giants back to Minecraft using only command blocks. Why is he faster than me? These things are insanely powerful, so let me show you how they work, and then we'll see if I can even beat one with full enchanted netherite armor. If you don't know, giants actually already exist within Minecraft's code. They can be spawned using the /summon giant command, though they have no AI and do absolutely nothing. Relatable. But I'm gonna change that. I wanted to start by adding a boss health bar for giants like the ones dragons and withers have. So here we have a set of command blocks, and this first one creates a new boss bar for the giant. This next one sets it to the color green because giants are green, and this one changes the way the boss bar looks. So let's turn this on, and you can see it has created a new custom boss bar for the giant, but it's not going to show anything until we actually give it the giant's health data. So here we have a new chain of command blocks, and it will run every tick that this lever is on. The first command block will set the boss bar's maximum to 100, because that's how much health the giant has. This one will send the giant's current health to the boss bar, and the rest of these make sure the boss bar only displays if a player is within 60 blocks of it. So to test this out, we're going to need to run this one time and run this all the time. So we could just do this and break the block ourselves, but to make it easier, I'm going to add this command block that just replaces the block above it with air, so I can just place it and automatically run this anytime I want. And if we go over here and we /summon a giant, see we do have a health bar above our head. If we fly 60 blocks away, it should disappear. There we go. And now we'll fly back. And if we damage the giant, let me get this axe here, it should actually tick down. All right, perfect. Also, our new merch is here. Tag me on Twitter with a picture of anything you buy, and make sure to use code HOLIDAY for 10% off of your order. So now that we have a working health bar for our giants, we're gonna need to give them some actual AI. But lucky for us, I know a secret trick that can actually do this pretty easily. So if I were to summon a pig with a silverfish riding on top of it, the pig's movement is actually controlled by the silverfish. So you can see if I go into survival, now the silverfish will tell the pig to chase me. So if instead we had a zombie riding a giant, now if we go into survival, it will actually start chasing me, even though it can't really reach me or hit me or anything. But if I go into spectator, you may notice that the zombie is burning to death. And when it dies, the giant will stop moving completely. So this time, let's try adding some fire resistance to the zombie. And that should theoretically work. If he runs at us, I think it's fine. Oh, he does make weird fire particles. I think I thought of something. So you see, if you spawn a zombie in the daytime, he will catch on fire. There we go. I thought he wasn't going to catch on fire for a second. He'll catch on fire and be really sad and no one likes him. But if you spawn a husk is a desert zombie that doesn't catch on fire. So if we instead change it from a fire resistant zombie to just a simple husk, then if we fly up here, there should be no fire. All right, which means there's no fire particles coming out of his head because there's no potion effects. And hopefully he still chases us. No, oh, okay, good. Yes, perfect. So one more quick change to the husk. I'm going to make it invisible so you can't see it no matter what you do. You fly up here and prove it. And I'm also going to make it persistent so that it doesn't despawn when you walk away. Because it'd be pretty funny if you fight a giant, you leave, you come back, and he's completely frozen. But there is one small issue, which is that if you were to kill the giant, like this, we now have the husk brain walking around invincible and invisible, and that's probably not a good thing to have from the giant. Where'd he go? But the easy fix is to label our husk brain as a giant brain right here, and then if we add a command to our tick line, we can tell it to kill all giant brains when the giants die, so that none are left over. So let's test it out here, and nope. I'm dumb. I gave the tag to the giant, not the husk. So let's move that over to the husk. All right, the tag should be on the right enemy. So we kill the giant, and there's no husk. All right, I killed both of them, and ignored the sphere in the distance. That's for thumbnails. So now if we press our button, we should have a fully working giant, aside from one small thing, which is that he can't actually kill us. And where's the fun in not being able to die, you know? So to get the giant to actually hurt us, we're gonna need a death scoreboard, a death message, and a way for him to actually deal damage to us. So we'll add a scoreboard called dead that tracks whether you're dead or not. And we're obviously want to start it as us not being dead because we are in fact alive, at least on the outside. And so now that both of these one-time things work on their own, instead of having to do this every time I want to make the giants work, placing two, I'll instead make an initialization row. which all this does is it places those redstone blocks for me. So now it's just 1 click instead of 2. Efficiency. And even though this isn't super necessary, I don't know how many more of those things we're going to end up adding, so this will only make it easier for the future. And speaking of adding, real quick, I added one just to kill the giant and husk for me, so I don't have to hit it 1,000 times myself. So for example, I don't want to do this a bunch, so if I just walk over here, boom, he's gone. So if you're wondering how we're actually going to use this scoreboard, I'll show you right now for the death messages, which I just added right here under giant AI. So this first command block, all it does is it checks if there is a giant. And then the rest of these are conditional. You can see they have this weird little like arrow shape, whereas these ones are flat. That means these command blocks will only run if this one passes. Here it failed, there's not a giant, so none of these are running right now. So the first command block disables death messages so that we can type our own and not get the default vanilla one that pops up. This command block deals instant damage to all players that are in either adventure or survival mode within 10 blocks of the giant. This one displays the actual death message if the player's scoreboard death is true, and this one sets the player's scoreboard death back to false. And the reason we have to set the scoreboard death back to false is because if we don't, whenever the player dies, it will just spam this death message every tick until they press the respawn button. So this just makes it only happen once. And all this comparator does is it turns death messages back on, but it has a little bit of a delay, so it'll run all these, wait a second, and then run this one. So let's add that giant AI command over here. And so now for every tick that this is on, it should be running the giant AI right there. So this redstone block's flickering on and off repeatedly and running all these. So let's summon our giant. If we go into survival mode, he should be able to attack us. Nope, I found out that I am dumb. I in fact typed the tag as just giant and not giant brain, which we decided on earlier. So now if we turn this back on, summon our guy, all players within 10 blocks of the giant brain, or the head, should get one shot by a giant. Gee, how strong did I make this guy? Why is he faster than me? Why is he faster than me? And away you go, mean sir. While he may be very strong and very fast, maybe he has low health though. Let's see, a crit netherite axe can do that much, which actually makes him feel kind of weak. Maybe he needs more health. All right, I made a slight little change. Let's initialize, turn on this, and spawn our new and improved netherite giant. Real quick, let's get some gear, and let's see if we can even hit him. How much does this do? I didn't even get to attack him. What? Oh no. Let's just try in creative mode. How much does an axe crit do? That feels more like a boss. Okay. There we go. And I didn't mention it, but I also did give him jump boost so that he can actually navigate terrain better instead of only jumping up like 1 block at a time. He actually walks like a giant and should be able to. But that means there's only one thing left to do, guys. Oh boy. By the way, make sure you're subscribed if you're enjoying the video. We're getting really close to 750,000, and that is just insane to say. All right, so let's spawn a fresh giant. Let's run way over here, and I do have full protection for netherite armor, netherite axe. Let's see if we can find a way to beat this guy. Hopefully I can aggro him, maybe get some low ground. I got 2 hits. I don't think you can beat this guy without like really cheap tactics. Can I combo him? Can I combo it? Oh, you can kind of combo him. I can't even run away to start a new recording. He's right here at my spawn. All right, I added knockback 2 to the sword. Maybe that's a good trick. We can do it, chat. We can do it. I don't know why I'm calling you chat. I've been streaming too much. We can get him. Yes, perfect. Move. Yes, yes. There we go. Let's go.